There's like 25 seconds left to go in the first half of this Amazon Prime Thursday night, and I tell you, man, they put these games on Amazon, and it's only fitting that they're just terrible. I mean, I don't, I'm not a big NFL guy to begin with, and but at least I've always thought that the NFL was like at least had something going on. I'm not even an offense guy, and I'm a defense guy. And this game is just misery. Um, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm right along those same lines, man. Coming into this game, I don't like the Broncos. They're overrated, and the Colts are definitely on my shit list. So I wasn't too excited coming in, and now it's a 6-0 ball game, under, no scoring, slop fest, a lot of penalties, you know, false starts, holdings. It's not really a fun game to watch.
Yeah, I have the under here. I mean, that's the only bet I have on this game. I couldn't come up with a side. I just didn't see any edge here for either team. I thought maybe the Broncos at home, but I could see issues there as well. But here the Colts are second and 28 with 30 seconds left to go in the half, and Matt Ryan sacks one more time back to the 45. I got the total here at 42 for the game. So I've got right now 36 points. So that's 5 touchdowns to work with. There's been 0 touchdowns so far in this game, and really zero drives that have landed inside the 20-yard line at this point. Neither
Other
team has passed the
than this one,
20-yard line. I mean, this is bad football.
yeah.
This is there is nothing pretty going on here.
Yeah, man. It's Thursday night slot fest, what they gave us tonight, but hey.
Well, brought to you by Amazon Prime. I mean, these guys, couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of guys. I mean, it's like you have a crappy production of a crappy game. This week at least I did not get buffered out in the middle. So far, it's run all the way through. Maybe because I think people are tuning out.
Yes, not that many viewers, so
Yeah, I think that could be it. But the Colts now a completion here. So it makes it fourth down and I don't know, probably about 30. They're going to probably go for the field goal here. They've had kicker problems all season long for the Colts. I don't know. Too bad.
and they got rid of my guy Blankenship.
Unfortunately, there's no there's no there's no app that I have that you can bet if he's going to make it or not. Who is this kicker?
I'm not sure who this is. Let me see.
Who did they wheel in here? 52-yarder in Denver, generally a little shorter than that. So there it is. It's good. So nine
Rhodes.
points, 9 points on the board here.
Oh,
In
wait,
this
no,
in this half,
McLaughlin.
12 seconds left to go in the half. We got 6-3 ball game. So the Colts were getting 3, right? So this is right on the number.
Right on the number.
Ooh, how exciting does this get, man? This is really just a very. I mean, I love defense, and this isn't even really defense. This is inept offense.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing. Inept offense is what this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's like generally when you see like good defensive games, it's like the Rams Patriots Super Bowl, like that was really good defense, and finally the Patriots they made a play. It was just like who's gonna make a mistake, who's gonna make a play or whatever. But this is like neither team can even get anything going at all. There's not like any near misses, for touchdowns, like where the guy's in the end zone, he, goes through his hands or, last second tip away or anything like that. I mean, the balls that they're throwing that are deep, the receivers have no chance of catching. It almost looks like they're throwing the ball out of bounds like 40 or 50 yards down the field.
Yep, we're seeing a lot of second and mediums, and then we get a holding penalty, third and longs for both teams. So that's pretty much what this game is boiled down to.
Yeah. So next week is the Commanders and the Bears on Amazon. So they're really trying to knock it out of the park. What they've always done with these Thursday night games is try and put a game on that might not be the feature game of the week, but kind of brings more interest to it. Kind of like last night where we had Central Florida against SMU. I mean, they just nailed it. That was just the perfect game for a Wednesday night. It was, a game that if it's on Saturday up against, Alabama, Arkansas or something, no one's gonna watch that. So it gave those two teams kind of the center stage. And Thursday nights has always been the same type of thing. Jaguars versus Ravens or something.
Yeah.
The games that seem like they're going to be a mismatch, and then they kind of end up being closer games. But what we see here in the NFL is this is crystal clear. What we see, it's crystal clear that the defenses have now finally caught up with the offenses. The rules for years have been slanted towards the offenses where the defenses can't play pass defense. You can't hit them this way. You can't hit them at this point. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's like everything's been slanted towards the offense. And finally, the defensive coaches have caught up with them. They've come in with these blanket, dropping 6, getting pressure with 4, getting pressure with 5, dropping 7, 6. It's like they have figured this out. And you knew it was just a matter of time. So there'll be rule changes, there'll be adjustments to go here. So about 4 seconds left to go in the half. Someone's asking for a second half pick, which is impossible because the lines aren't out yet. But I'm going to guess it's going to be close to a pick 'em, and the total is going to be somewhere in the 20 range, is my guess.
Yeah.
We'll take a guess on the second half lines.
I'm gonna say total. I'm gonna say right at 20. And then I'm going to say...
Well, we could say Broncos defense at home, look out, but the Colts defense here has done a pretty decent job as well. I mean, the Broncos have not crossed the 20-yard line, or even, I don't even think they've crossed the 25.
But I think it's Matt Ryan. It's time for him to hang it up, and Russell Wilson is majorly overrated. I'm going to keep saying.
Well, I believe he had the longest play of the game was his scramble, where the
18-yarder.
Yeah, it's probably the longest play of the game.
That's what, if he wants to prolong his career, that's what we need to see more of him. We need to see more of that. That's when he was at his best, when he could escape the pocket a little bit. He's not just a traditional straight in the pocket passer.
Well, you do that with Shaq Leonard chasing after you, Jay.
Oh, I know.
It's like easier said than done. I mean, come on. I mean, you don't see, I'm not getting paid, $25 million a year to do it, but it's like, if you want to continue to get paid $25 million a year, I don't think that's a good strategy for him. But, I think that Russell Wilson has always kind of been that guy that when he rolls out like that, he can get 10, 12 yards at any given time. But it has to be there, and I think what's happening here is that, he's looking for that pass downfield, and it's like they're getting the pressure. Well, here it is. The Colts plus 1.5 for the second half, plus 125 on the money line. The total exactly where we had it at 20. So we're getting to that point of the season where we're able to start to call these lines, and which means we're dialed in. And then the team total for each team is 10, but pressure on the Broncos here to the over at minus 125. And the Colts at 10 at minus 105. On the under for the Colts, minus 125. For the Broncos on the under, minus 105. So, this is a tough one. I have the under for the game. Transparency, my premium pick, and the only bet I made on this game was on the under, which was 42. The last 2 primetime games, my primetime games have not been great this season, so I decided to just, I adjust. And Monday night I went for a total, and tonight I went for a total again. And I hit Monday nights, under, and I think I'm in good shape here. Of course, you can't count anything, but I could hedge out and take the over here. And I've got let's see, 9. If you have the under for the game, if you take the over for the second half, you have a middle of, let me see, 12 points, 13 points that you can hit both sides. If it lands between 21 in the second half and 33, or it's 20, if it lands between 20, actually it's if it lands between 21 and 32, so it's a 12 point, it's an 11 point middle. 21 and 32. You hit both sides of your total bets. It's a wide open middle there. So it's actually not a horrible bet. But I just don't know if we're going to see 3 touchdowns here in the second half.
I was my favorite here on this halftime. I think I'm gonna lean towards the under here. I don't trust neither offense to get anything going. I think we continue to see both teams give up like second and long false starts or holding penalties, which push them back, and we see a lot of what we've been seeing: punts, field goals.
Sloppy play,
Yeah,
too. It has been
yeah,
sloppy. Let's take a look at some of the statistics here and see if we can maybe find something because I thought that Hines, Lindsey has really gotten the bulk of the carries here, 6 for 34. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Hines, but it's actually been Lindsey,
yeah.
6 carries for
I know you
34
don't.
yards.
I know you don't do fantasy, but I have him starting this week, so I was sad to see him go down. But you know,
It's
side
all
note, but
I don't do fantasy,
part of the
but
game.
I do. I do my 7 props. Video, and we had the over for passing yards for Russell Wilson. That looks dead in the water. We had the over the under passing yards for Matt Ryan, which is definitely still in play, and then the over receiving yards for Michael Pittman, which is very much in play here. And the under for Jerry Jeudy at 50.5 yards. He's at 11 yards. So a lot of our plays from our 7 props are very much sitting really, really nicely. Latavius Murray, though, has not seen the field.
Yeah, he hasn't. I
But
don't think he real.
they haven't been in that short yardage situation where you really would use him. They haven't been in. Melvin Gordon once again, fumbling the football.
He just can't keep the ball off the ground.
Yeah, it's there's problems here, and it has been the defensive game, and you look at what's going on here. Moore with 4 solo tackles, Joel seven total tackles, half a sack. Pat Surtain 6 tackles, 3 solos. Bradley Chubb 4 tackles, 3 solos. Ronald Darby. So a lot of stuff being done by the secondary. But Matt
Yeah.
Ryan just a really, really tough day.
I don't know. I like both team totals under the 10. I
Oh,
like
this
the
isn't
game
even
total
close to the
under.
most boring game of all time. This is not even
Yeah,
close.
you don't
I've
think so?
seen way worse. Unfortunately, I've seen if you like defense like I do, I've seen even worse games than this. Oh yeah. The worst games are always the weather games. There's weather games that are way worse than this out there. Way worse. The snowplow game, the famous Dolphins Patriots snowplow game, the final score was 3-0, in that game. They drove the snowplow across the field. The Patriots did so they were able to kick the field goal. And that's how they won the game. And that's why it is called the snowplow game. It was a guy who was on work release from prison driving the snowplow. And he just the Patriots were lining up for the field goal, and he drove across the field on the snowplow, gave the Patriots a place, they could kick it from. They kicked the field goal. It was the only score of the game.
That's crazy.
Yep. So there's been way worse games than this. And, the Bears have been involved in a bunch of them. Really, really low scoring. Bears Jets, I think, was 7-0 one year. Urlacher with the return for a touchdown of a fumble, and that was it. The whole game. That was probably 2005, 2006, maybe 2006. Could have been 2007. I remember that one. Philip Lindsay, first TD, plus 950. I don't know. I don't know if we'll see any TDs. I think this was probably a good game
I
for
think
that prop.
that's scary, man. I really don't. I see field goals and punts.
Because it's not like we've seen near misses or drives that have bogged down. It's like the closest drive that bogged down was the Broncos' first field goal that they got. That was the closest to a bogged down drive that we've seen. Everything else is, nothing even remotely close to scoring and pretty good distance field goal kicks. I'm going to stick to I got to stick to my under. I have the
Yeah.
under. I think I'm just going to stay pat with it. I don't even know where to go here. And as far as taking a side, I mean, I guess
I
you take the
lean
points with the
Colts.
Colts because there could be
Yeah.
0 points in the second half. I mean, it could be 0. So, or 3-3. It's like, I don't really see anything here that leads me to believe that, either team is going to run away with it. I mean, if you look at the stats, the Colts have actually outplayed them.
Yeah, but it's main. I'm telling you, it's mainly because they're getting it 3rd and 12, and then they pick up 6 or 7 yards on 3rd down.
Well, that's
Because
Matt Ryan football, but Ryan, the difference here is that he's been sacked 4 times for 43 yards, while Russell's been sacked just 1 time for 4 yards. And but when you look at total rushing yards, 38 for the Broncos, 23 of that's from Russell, and 18 of it was on one play. For the Colts, 47 yards rushing, 15 of it on one play by Lindsey. So both these teams, over a third of the yards that they've rushed for happen on one play. Receiving, a little bit better for the Colts, 112 catches for 140 yards. And for the Broncos, 9 catches for 69 yards. So the Broncos have 107 total yards. I mean, this game. That is really, really low.
their offense has been struggling all season, man. I don't know.
Corliss Waitman, 3 punts for 44.7 yard average, 1 inside the 20. And Matt Hack, 4 punts for.
Mills. I rode that with you today, Mills. I actually bet that one myself.
Well,
I
they have started the
too.
second half. Always. Oh no, maybe they haven't. Oh no, they have. They're showing replays of the first half. This broadcast is so bad. I mean, it's so bad.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the sound on it, but I can only imagine it's even worse. I don't even understand how you do this. It's Amazon. I'm gonna watch that Southern Charm reunion when this is over.
Yeah, this one's just on my second monitor over here.
I had to do a lot of TV catch up today. So
Today?
yesterday was a big day for me in TV, so I had to do a lot of catch up today because I had.
And you got a busy weekend, so yeah.
I had married at First Sight, and then I had Survivor. I got The Amazing Race, all rolling at the same night. So I got all those, and then tonight the Southern Charm reunion, and also because the thing is Bachelor in Paradise, 2 days in a row at 2 hours each. It takes a lot to do it. You gotta really stick with it. But, what do you guys think out there? I have the under. I gave it out as a premium pick.
I'm sitting on my premium that it was Colts +3. So, but I like the under second half here, and then I guess I lean towards Colts second half here as well. I don't love it because I really think the game could end just like this. I think the game's gonna fall on the number.
He's wishing he was with me on the under.
And I was there. I really was. I was there this morning, but I don't know.
It's tough, It's like when you're giving out your pick, it's always tough to give out a total. But I just felt so much better about it than anything else here. Yeah. Tomorrow, of course, we've got 4 Major League Baseball games. We've got 4 college football games, and NHL starts tomorrow as well. So that going on, and then of course Saturday, a loaded card of college football. Sunday, loaded card of NFL football. Both days there's Major League Baseball as well. The Sunday games, of course, are if necessary. Then Monday, a break, kind of like tonight, where there's just one game, and that's going to be the Chiefs and the Raiders, which is going to be a better game than this. I know it's a gutsy statement, but I'm going to make it. And then after that, then we're back in business again with baseball. There'll be weekday college football going on.
NBA will finally be here.
Yep, October 18th. NBA and NHL will resume in full on the 12th.
Mitchie Pucks.
I don't know if I'm going to be doing NHL this season. It's hard I struggle. I honestly struggle doing NHL on the show with Zawacki and Ruffalo because they get too into it. It gets way too long, and I don't know any of the players or any of this stuff, and it just, I can't do it. It's too much. It's like with those two guys, it's like they team up on me. It's like they're all excited about it. It's like I can't do it. You gotta
Yeah,
just
I'm
put them
excited
in a
for
room.
baseball tomorrow.
You gotta
I'm
just put
excited for
them
that
in a.
baseball tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, baseball starts early tomorrow. Doesn't end too late, which is nice. The last game is 8:05 or something Eastern time start. So they don't have like one of those 10 p.m. Eastern time starts. They'll probably do that in the next series with the Dodgers being one of the home teams in the next series. And if the Padres can beat the Mets, they'll get home games as well. So what you'll see is in those series, you'll see probably those 10 p.m. Eastern time start games or 9:30 Eastern time start games that we haven't seen, that we won't see in this round, because there's no West Coast teams except for the Padres, but they'll be on the road. We kick off the second half here. Oh God, which puts a merciful end to this halftime show. And the thing is, we always stay for the first drive. It's going to be quick, so make sure they don't go to the fridge to get something to eat or whatever. You're going to miss it.
Yeah, a quick 3 and out.
Yep, it's
And
going to be very, very quick. You can't save DeGrom for Game 3. I mean, if you save a guy for a game or whatever, you might not be in that game to save him for. That's the old saying. Is like, it's kind of like those survivor pools. Oh, I'm saving this team. It's like, yeah, you might not be around to have to use. So Russell out to pass. That's his thing right there. A little rollout, throw to the tight end, kind of warm it up, and gets 10 yards, which is one of the longer plays of this game.
that's his game right there. A little rollout action. That's what I need to see him moving a little bit, Russ. Come on. Get out that pocket, man.
There's nothing to save DeGrom for. There's no reason to save him.
I don't know, man. The Mets, they showed their hand what they did against the Braves to me.
Yeah, they're done. They're done.
Yeah.
Anyways, 1st and 10 from the 35. Russell in the shotgun, just straight back to pass, and this is what we've seen this whole game. Throws it into triple coverage, and the ball just sitting on the turf. I mean, what good could possibly happen there?
A miracle throw. I don't know.
Yeah, the idea is that you pitch your best pitcher game 1, and then this way, if they make it to the next round, then he's ready to go again. If not, if he pitches game 3, game 1 will be on Tuesday. Game 3 would be on Sunday. It's like he will not be ready to go. He might not be ready to go to the third game. And Russell back to pass, and oh man, just once again, DeForest Buckner back there, really one of the best nose tackles in the game right there. Just busted him up the middle.
Yeah, he's one of the few bright spots on that Colts team.
Yeah, he is one of the best defensive players. The Colts traded 2 number 1s for him, and there he is splitting a double team. Yeah, he fumbled, and then he got the ball back. Wow. And here we go. It is 3rd and 17. We've seen a ton of this tonight. Russell back to pass. He scrambles to the side, throws like a 4-yard pass to Lindsey. Oh, not to Lindsey.
Third in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yep. Nah, for real.
Yep. All right.
3 and out, like who called it?
No, they had 1 first down. That first play.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah,
yards.
they did.
4 plays. 4 plays, including the punt. We'll see how the punt goes here. Waitman, 3 punts, 44.7 yards average. The Colts, they don't even go after it. They just let him punt it. He grabs the ball at the 20, cuts back to 30, and down to 35. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Get some rest. We got a big weekend ahead. So, tomorrow, gavel to gavel. It starts first game 12:07 Eastern time. The Rays and the Guardians should be a really good one with Bieber and McClanahan.